We OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, is my guy for real, bro? Got French right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal Ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're live, obviously, right? But we got a special show for you guys. We're gonna call it, we're gonna do security tips with Traverse. There's been a lot of hacking and stuff going on, and we partnered with Traverse recently, and that's something we're gonna be start doing on Wednesdays. We're kind of gonna go over, really security tips and hygiene for your wallets and stuff like that. And I recently got one of my wallets messed up. Got a couple pandas leaked out of there. Not really sure what happened, but having a vault like Traverse is a big deal, and that's the reason why we partnered with them, because stop you guys from going through the pain of losing stuff. But we're gonna go over some security tips and some good hygiene for your wallet. So that's gonna happen later in the show. We do have we got some frogs from the swamp coming on later. It's at 12 o'clock, so check out that. We're gonna push out the Ordinal hour a little late. I'm not sorry, the Ordinal after hour a little late, where we do question and answers. But we're gonna talk to some frogs, Chico Mo in the building. That should be fun, and we're gonna really get into some news and stuff like that. We got a lot to cover, a lot to go on. So let's get right into it. I'm bringing my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up? Happy Hump Day.
Happy Hump Day, bro. We do have an announcement. We broke it on our Twitter earlier, but we have a new partner. We are now partnered with Fluid Tokens on top of our partnerships with Traverse and Verothium Dex. So what can you tell me about Fluid before we really get started?
Yeah, Fluid is a great team, that has the UTXO chain experience, building one of the most used dApps on Cardano, and seeing that there is, a need over here for more lending and borrowing platforms, and they do it in a different way, right? In a different approach. They bring a different approach with it, with Bitweave and that approach. So really amazing. We've met Raul, which is the CTO, and we've met him a couple times, and instantly is like that same feeling that we've had with Jeff and other people, that just kind of like a good builder, a good person in general. So I'm excited about their platform from a lending and borrowing perspective, but also their fungible token exchange swap that they have as well. So
100%. And to me, there's three really big leaders in the space, whether it be like builders and stuff like that. And obviously, it's Benny. Benny's one of the biggest builders here, and you got Jeff with Merlin, and everything's built with BRC 420. And then we see the same thing with Raul, and that is why we made that partnership with them. We're trying to make strategic partnerships here. We want to partner with things that are needed, very much needed, like Traverse, and things that we think are going to be the biggest DApp in Bitcoin, which we think is Fluid. And then obviously Rothium Dex is probably going to be the biggest Dex overall in Merlin, because it's ran by some ordinal guys, right? It's it all goes back to layer one. So that's three partnerships we have right now. We're going to keep building. We're going to keep taking Ordinal Revolution to the top, and in order to do that, we're going to need some really good backing behind us, and really good partners and people that can push this entire Ordinal ecosystem, and push us to where we're number one in TVL and everywhere. And that's Bitcoin. It's the future. So
yeah, 100% excited for that. Speaking of Bitcoin, seems like a good start to a Wednesday, right? With the price action here. Yeah. It's the CPI news seems to have brought this price action kind of back up. Ooh. As you see here, 64.5. That mark that Bob Lucas said was 65.5, I think. And basically, once we hit that mark, right, that price action mark right there at 65.5, he says May 1st will be probably this cycle up's lows, right? Mm-hmm. So basically what he's saying is we ain't looking back, up only really at this point, Yeah. And so that's a pretty strong statement from someone like him that has that audience and has that ability to process data the way he does. So let's shoot for that 65.5 today. Hopefully we get there. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you think we get there? Today's definitely bullish. It looks bullish, but I don't know. That could kind of get curbed.
Well, in the words of the great Bruce Buffer, right? It's time, boys. It's time. I think it's finally time. Yeah. I think it's time, man. I think it's time. Enough. Sleepy Bitcoin is waking up. You know what I mean? It's like that meme that Roaring Kitty and he posted. Bitcoin was back here, and now we're up here, right? So I think that's the whole ecosystem. I think Roaring Kitty kind of gave momentum back into fun again, and I think it's about to get really fun over here, just like it was in GameStop. Again, I'm not having a great day, but that money has to go somewhere, and I think it's going to go into crypto. I think a lot of money that's being made in these TradFi meme coins eventually goes to crypto, and I think we're about to explode. I think this entire ecosystem, guys, the halving happened. We're in a bull market now. A bull market's here. We have about 500 to 700 days left in this bull market, and I think that this is just the beginning. And I think once we pass that 65.5, it will be conviction, and you'll see a lot of people throwing their money back in. There's a lot of them on the sideline hoping for 55, 52. I mean, Bob Lucas, he hasn't put real money back in since early 2023. So if he's talking about he's going to throw new allocation in at 65.5. I mean, it's on. At 55.5. So it's on. It's 100% on. I think this is just beginning. And now with the I guess we can kind of go right into the CPI report today. CPI increased 0.3, but the estimate was 0.04. So that was huge. So we are down. That could give Jerome that okay. He wants to cut rates so bad because the US is paying so much in interest right now that dropping that even 0.5% or 0.0, I'm sorry, yeah, like 0.5%, that would be huge. That's like billions of dollars that they're not paying in interest for going forward, and I think that's what they want to do. They're tired of paying that. I mean, they're paying I think it's like over $100 billion a year in interest right now at that 5.5% that we're at right now. So yeah, it's time. And Jerome has 5 bullets in his gun, man, and he's going to start offloading. I think by the end of next year we'll be back to like 2 or 1% interest rates for sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to get too excited until we do cross this number, though. I feel like, we do definitely need to cross this, and then I'll feel more comfortable just because I feel like, Bob Lucas is a pretty good person to listen to. So once we cross this over, then I'll start celebrating. Until then, I'm cautiously optimistic that we will. And there's a chance that we kind of pull back here. We'll see.
No
see
chance
happens
back,
for the rest
man.
of the day.
Chance. You, my friend, are not bullish enough, man. You're not bullish enough. None of you guys in the chat are bullish enough. This entire space, we're in a goddamn bull market. Get bullish, guys. It's time. It's time.
Yes, it's time, but we will see. Once the time for me is 65.5. That's whenever I feel like I will be going, celebrating and stuff like that. But hey, in the long run, we know where we're heading. We always say that on the show. And so, yeah, I think that's pretty much, wraps it up for Bitcoin. I think right now, like you can see this trend up here.
Yeah.
It's basically, are we going to continue this trajectory? We've been in overbought since at 6 o'clock last night. That means that we've hung out here. People probably anticipating the CPI. Once the CPI confirmed that, like, we beat the expectation, they said, hey, let's hang out here a little bit longer. And that's what it seems to be right now. So
they weren't anticipating. They were in the know. These numbers come out way before we get them. The people who are in the know, right? So they know what's going to happen. They always know what's going to happen. You can always anticipate it from the day before, the night before, when their buddies are being told what it's going to be, so they can long or they can short. So we have a very corrupt government, and that's why we're in Bitcoin, right? So, but the corrupt government does come out and say inflation eases in April, with consumer prices rising 3.4 year over year, expected 3.5. So if you didn't get a raise above 3.4 this year, then you're making less money this year than you were making last year. If your boss comes to you and say, I'm giving you 2.8, and they want you to get excited, tell them to F off, because you're getting paid less this year than you were last year. So if your raise isn't over 3.4, then you should be very pissed off at your employee.
I would not suggest saying F off, but maybe you can bring some data to them and let them know how it's not a gain there. But guys, put your questions in the chat. Today's going to be a fun one. Like Shizzy said, we have Chico Mo, a community leader of the Frogs. We had the pleasure of meeting him in person in NYC. So that's going to be a fun conversation. And just kind of talk about what the Frogs are going to be up to here, coming up here in the next couple months. Consistency of spaces and the swamp and stuff like that. So that's going to be very fun. So put your questions in the chat, please, guys. We'd love to interact with y'all. And let's get on to some other news here. I want to hit on this real quick. So Oklahoma governor signed the HB 3594, the Blockchain Basics Act. Basically, this protects people from being able to continually mine Bitcoin, be able to self-custody Bitcoin. I love this, and I hope this is a trend that like really starts to get going, because being someone that lives in the neighboring state south of them, I hope that this is something that comes here, because Texas has always been Bitcoin friendly for the most part, right? And so that type of protection on a state level, I think, is important, because that's kind of like what our federal government preaches, is like, the states govern themselves to an extent until we're needed to step in. And if states can start to sign this into their state legislation, that'd be really, really good to see a trend like this, right? Because then basically everybody else will start doing it. That's going to be Bitcoin and crypto friendly.
Yeah, and shout out CB Spears. He was the first to report on this, and I think he's got his boots on the ground in that. I think his old company now, they were really one of the heads down. They're going after a lot of these things. He did a lot of conventions in the last couple of months that were educating the governors and people that are that make the laws and stuff like that. So that was big. And shout out CB Spears, man. I'm so glad that he's in Ordinals, because he's a fighter, and he's going to help us get to the next level, whether it just be the Bitcoin mining aspect or Ordinals. But he's in both, so shout out him.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's his home state, if I'm correct on that. But yeah, great educator. Like, he's literally so spread out all over the place, right? Like he's in the what is it, the Ordinals Coding Club lives. He is always guest speakers. He has his own podcast now and his own media company, I believe, that he's
well, he joined Blockspace. Yeah, he's a Blockspace was already a media company, but he joined them. I'm not sure if he's in the management aspect of, or if he's just one of the many shows on Blockspace.
Gotcha. All right, let's get into the roll call, your favorite part of the show. We have 116 people in here, guys. Please share this space if you are on Twitter, if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. Make sure you do that. But let's get in that roll call.
Let's do it. Let's see who's first here. Oh, we got the man. One of my favorites here. We got Yazir. He's a turn on the heater. Let's go, Yazir. Yazir's first. First means first here in Bitcoin. And if you're first on the show, you are number one. Yazir wins the day. Congratulations to you, Yazir. And, but I walk alone. He's right there. I'm second. GM Yazir. So let's go, you guys, man. And then D Love. Shout out D Love. Always with the love. And then we got Ordinal Tweets. always with some amazing, inspirational stuff. Today goes yes with the $sign. I love it. And then we got Joko. He said, "Congrats on the advisory role with Fluid Tokens. Thank you so much, Joko. Appreciate you, buddy." And then we have T Faxo in the building. TKO. Patrick Meady said, "What's good, family?" Patty Pooh finally back.
There
Patty
he
Pooh.
is,
We missed
Patty
you, buddy.
Pooh.
We got Tim Bakes, Tim AOD Art. Appreciate you, my friend. And then we have Coach Cats, Catch Cats, whatever you want to call him. He's here today. And then we got No. Shout out No. Itatoshi, he said, never gonna get first. You'll get first one day, buddy. One day you'll get there. Keep trying. Alex, welcome to the show. I think it's your first time here. Welcome to the show. I haven't seen your name. Todor 6ES. Then we got Sixes. And then we got Ethereum blockchain. It's been a while, Ethereum blockchain.
Let's go.
Mr. Sheedy, what's up, Sheedy? Sheedy was with us last night. A lot of these guys it was last night for a members only video we did on YouTube, guys. It was fun, exciting. I talked about what was in my portfolio. Yagobi talked about what his portfolio, what we're doing. It was really fun. A lot of good stuff, and we were checking out stuff that you guys were telling us. So if you want to join the next live stream, man, it was fun, exciting. So all you have to do is become a member, and then just go to YouTube, and there will be a member. We'll probably do one maybe again this week. So we'll talk about it and get back to you guys. But look out for that. Have the bell icon hit, and then you guys will get those notifications. But I'll keep going here. Nas Sensei. And then we have Bullish Zig, Francisco, Zaza. And then we have who else? Itatoshi, no. Oh, my man, Progoshi in the building. Shout out to him, man. And we got Jesus Fregnate
in the flesh.
In the flesh. And then Francis Jose is just in time for roll call. You made it, my friend. Shout out everyone who made roll call. We appreciate every single one of you guys. And if you are listening and you haven't joined roll call, guys, join the roll call. Put a hi in there for tomorrow. Get in here. Let's get you known so I can see who's here.
Yeah, for sure. And kind of elaborate a little bit on that members only stream. It's a super comfortable environment. It's a lot of interaction because we jump into questions like from the beginning. We obviously go over some alpha stuff that we have and stuff that we're doing ourselves, but we try to make it as comfortable and kind of intimate, if you will, as much as possible, right? So they're really fun because of that. And so we get to get down on that personal level. So yeah, if you're a member, just try to make those, because I think that there's a lot of substance and a lot of community building that comes out of that.
Yeah. And last night, our guy, Courtney Johnson, was like, "Yo, you guys don't have to show us your down runes portfolio, but you did it anyway." And it was like, this is what we do here, man. We kind of show you guys exactly what we're thinking and what we're holding. So that's a big part of the live streams.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So let's get into another bit of news that's pretty big, and I think it surprised some people in the space. But Forbes Web3 had partnered with Bitmap Emporium. Limitless, which is the founder of Bitmap Emporium, has his eyes set on the prize. So this is a pretty big partnership, man. Like at first I had to double check and make sure this was actually Forbes, and I did. And nothing against Limitless. I'm just saying that's a really big get, right? And so I follow Limitless. We follow each other on Twitter, and so I could see that he's been traveling, for Hong Kong, the Bitcoin Asia event, as well as just traveling different places. And I can see now this guy's the leader that the Bitmap Emporium needs, and probably is so excited that they have, right? He obviously has connections. He's able to partner with a large entity like Forbes. I think they have 100,000 plus followers on Twitter for the Web3 account. But I'm excited to see what else he brings, in for partnerships for Bitmap Emporium. And this also brings attention to Bitmap in general, right? Because Forbes posted about this on that account and talking about Bitmap and Forbes with a handshake. And so this is what Bitmap has needed, stuff like this, So I commend Limitless, and I think, good job, sir, and keep up the good work. I think you're going to do great things for Bitmap Emporium and Bitmap itself. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, if you go to their Discord, they have a lot of people in there. I want to say 100,000, but I'm not sure. But there's a lot of people in that Discord, in that waiting room. There's only I'm bullish on that. First thing I said to you after we saw that, I was like, damn, I don't have enough bitmap emporiums because you know, that could be the sleeper. That could be the no monkeys of this local cycle that we're headed into. And you know, we think it's going to be like Alus, and it's going to be the map emporiums. So that's what you know, that's what we're thinking, and it could be. And because you know, the people behind them are very active, and Limitless has been active since day one. And you know, obviously he has his background with the what was it, Tokyo, right? Neo
Neo Tokyo.
Tokyo, and you know, that has that other big YouTuber involved with Alex Becker involved with that. And you know, they're like an alpha group, and they have their ordinals as to get in, and their ordinals are one of the biggest in Ethereum. And I think Limitless is trying to bring that atmosphere over here to Bitcoin, and through the use of bitmaps and bitmap emporium. So I think that's really big. I'm just happy that Limitless is here. You know what I mean? Limitless is he seems like a great guy. I've been talking to him in DMs, just kind of trying to get him on the show, because I think that would be a great interview.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, I think that it was a really good community like build out that like him and his team did, because they didn't just launch this after they announced that this was coming. They built a community that believed in what they're doing, and then when the time was right, they launched, right? And so
Yeah,
I'm excited to see what else is to come for this community, right? But like I said, this is exactly what the bitmap space needs, is a strong project that, you know, represents bitmap, has exposure to bitmap, but also is building and curating their strong community, because communities within bitmap is really important, you know, because
yeah,
I talked a little bit about this in our members only stream last night, but like I look at bitmap differently now than I did like even a month ago, because a month ago I said the biggest problem is that all these builders aren't linking up together and saying, hey, this, you know, our projects can be interoperable and link up together. But what I didn't realize is that like bitmap is really simple, and there's beauty in that, right? With the number block and then dot bitmap. And so with that simplicity and the understanding of these builders to say, okay, this is how, you know, the standard works from a simple you know, understanding, they are building their own versions of what they comprehend it to be, right? And the more builders you have in that, like one of these is going to build something that's going to catch, and it's
yeah,
going to really, you know, become mass adopted, in my opinion. And so I actually think bitmap is exactly where it needs to be. And
yeah.
no one will, you know, bitmap will never find its way through one person, but one person can find its way through bitmap. I'll say that.
I like that. Yeah. And you got to think too, is like, let's just say you're coming from ETH, and you want to create a project, right? Are you going to start your own community, or are you going to go after a community that's already built? And I think Limitless did a really good job of that. There's 20,000 holders of bitmaps, right? So it's for him to come in. It's just the smartest thing you could possibly do. Like, why build a community when there's already, all you can do is just join one and build for them, because they will love you for that. Yeah, you know, because you obviously, you know, we're all here, obviously, you know, to build our bags up and with our bags, and potentially, you know, sell our bags in the future. But some of us are here to create, and some of us are here to experience things and stuff like bitmap and stuff like that, which is just blocks of bitmap blocks. And we're all here because we love Bitcoin. At the end of the day, we're all Bitcoiners, right? And for someone like that to come here and build on Bitcoin blocks, which are bitmaps, it's just awesome. It's just awesome to see. And it's just such an easy decision to make, and you're going to see a lot of people making that decision.
Yep, 100%. I agree with that. All right, you want to lead us into this next bit of news here?
Yeah. So Alchemy Pay on-ramp solution is now live on Unisat wallet for easy Bitcoin purchases. This was a tweet from Unisat. I haven't personally had a chance to dig into this yet, but this is something we had to talk about. Alchemy Pay, they're one of the bigger ETH projects. They have their governance token, and they you know, they're something like a borrowing and lending over there as well. And then Alchemy Pay is their on-ramp and off-ramp. So potentially, you know, you're going to be able to buy Bitcoin with your Unisat wallet, right? So you don't not have to go to I use Cash App personally, but I'm not going to have to use Cash App anymore. I can just buy directly with using my card right from Alchemy Pay. I mean, I think that's the best way. I'll probably still use Cash App as my off ramp. That's just my favorite off ramp when I need you know, quick cash, or you know, stuff like that. But on ramp, Alchemy Pay could definitely be something like that. What do you think about this partnership between Unisat and Alchemy?
So this is it's kind of similar to like MoonPay, right? In
Pretty
terms of how
much,
it works. Okay.
yeah.
So, I mean, to me, this is starting to look like what I initially thought would happen, where these ecosystems are starting to form, right? And this isn't, I know they're not bringing up BRC20s directly or anything like that, but like Unisat is obviously a huge player in the BRC20 space. So I feel like, by Unisat Wallet having, Alchemy Pay, partner up with them, they're building like partnerships up for possibly their BRC20 ecosystem, right? So I think that's like something that I noticed, I think about right away from this. This is really good for the overall Bitcoin ecosystem, because I firmly do believe that like these meta protocols are starting to carve out like their own like paths, which is good.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because once like Bitcoin is at 150K, 200K, people have made so much profit that like there's going to be enough liquidity. I feel like that really passes through the Bitcoin ecosystem. I'm still very, confident in all of our theses that this bull run from a ecosystem and DeFi level is going to go through Bitcoin. It's going to go through Bitcoin's ecosystem. Things are going to be built out, forcefully built out, even because a lot of these VC firms and investment firms know that that's the narrative, right?
Yep.
And so that's what I see here. I think it's a big partnership, and I'm excited for Unisat, and makes me even more bullish on the BRC20 ecosystem for the future.
Yeah, and you got to remember too, they do ARC20s as well, and runes. So
Yeah.
potentially, it's bullish for the entire ecosystem, and everything's coming back to Bitcoin. Everything's coming back to Bitcoin. You see with borrowing and lending with Fluid, you see it with Alchemy Pay and stuff like that, and you're going to see it with a lot more. Everything's coming back to the rock, and that rock is Bitcoin. Everything's coming back home. All these other EVM chains and stuff like that, they're not layer twos. They will be layer twos eventually. There's just going to be bridging your Bitcoin assets over there. I think in the future, all real assets and all real digital artifacts are going to be born on Bitcoin and then released into these other L2s, because Ethereum is eventually going to be a side chain of Bitcoin. So,
yeah, I agree, 100%, 100%.
well, speaking of L2s or side chains, we have big news from Merlin Starter now. So if you do have the Merlin Starter token, the M Star token, you can stake it over there now, and they just got to a milestone of 1 million tokens. So congratulations to those guys. M Star token, you can lock that up and you can earn. It's pretty big, and we haven't had much news coming out of Merlin in a while. It's been pretty kind of laid back over there, and nothing really happening. And this is finally some kind of news over there. So it's definitely big. I think that they'll probably be launching some more projects soon. I know I'm still waiting for what is it, Surf.1 and a few other ones that I'm trying to get into personally. And this is big. I think Merlin Star is going to be one of the bigger launch pads over there. I mean, they already are, and they're kind of the only one, but I think they're going to stay that way. So staking your tokens, earn stuff while the market's down. Not a bad idea.
Yeah. I think this is something that Merlin Starter definitely needed. They needed to make a big move, just because they didn't have the best start, right? And so we have met with their team and just kind of talked to them about like what's going on lately and all that stuff. And so I think they realized that, hey, let's start to integrate the community. Let's see what we can give back. And I think that this is a good start to that. So excited for them on that. I'm still kind of just watching them a little bit from afar, but we'll see what happens with this staking mechanism and how it can benefit really the users at the end of the day. A lot of people don't realize that like Merlin Chain in the beginning like was all about like benefiting the users in terms of airdrops and stuff like that. But I think some of the dApps are now starting to realize that, hey, we got to do that too.
Yeah.
So this will be an interesting rollout to see how successful it is. And I think once, because we know what's happening with Merlin Chain, the projects that are building over there and that are going to be launching soon. I think some of them are going to be going through Merlin Starter, and I think that once people see that, they'll realize how bullish the whole ecosystem is going to be, in my opinion.
100%.
But I guess with that being said, we can talk about this. BitSmiley is now officially on Merlin Chain, so this is pretty big news.
Huge.
They are like. Go ahead.
No, go.
I was gonna say they are like the MakerDAO of the Bitcoin layer twos, if you will. We all know that they're side chains, but at the end of the day, they are going to be the maker DAO of this whole ecosystem. So they're not just going to be on Merlin. They're going to be on, BitLayer. They're going to be on BVM and all these other, Bitcoin layer twos. And so I think this is really big. We've been kind of anticipating this. Smiley was one of those that, we said this is going to be one of the big winners out of the entire ecosystem. I know you've been waiting on this because you got so many of those discs.
So I got 5 discs staked in here right now. I got over a lot of points. It was at 34 million points. So I am just accumulating points over here. And this is the DApp here. So now officially Merlin here. I mean, you could do BitLayer. Obviously, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago I came out with that. And now you can do Merlin. So you can now lock up Bitcoin to gain some BitUSD, which is awesome because BitUSDs are stablecoin, and then they're eventually launching their token as well. So that's pretty big. And I'm thinking you get the airdrop if you're using one of these. So if you're putting in $35,000, which is kind of the lowest vault here, which is pretty, I don't know, the vault floor 3. So you can put in $3,500 to get 3,500 in BitUSD. And you're collateralizing that, and then you can get it back once you pay off the collateralization. So it's kind of like borrowing at the same time as locking it in and creating the BitUSD. This is awesome. So shout out to you guys.
Yeah,
and that's a layer 2 solution. It's obviously not on layer 1 like some other ones, but
yep. And I'll read their post that they released. It says, "Boom! The AlphaNet time. It's AlphaNet time. We are officially on Merlin Layer 2. Get ready for mind-blowing adventures, epic rewards, and endless possibilities as we unlock the door to Season 1 in the meantime. We have prepared an exclusive liquidity grant consisting of 1.5% BIT tokens for Merlin community members. Please read here for all the details." And there's a medium here. And it says, for more Season 1 BIT point details, please read here. So if you go to this medium, it's probably going to, give you more details on like how you can claim the 1.5 or even earn them. And now I'll just read this first paragraph. It says, "Dear Bit Smilers, new round of fun is about to start. Before you get on the roller coaster, let's get familiar with what is ahead of us. To enhance the liquidity of BitUSD on Merlin Chain, BitSmiley and Merlin community are launching an exclusive liquidity incentive grant starting from May 15th, 2024. BitSmiley will offer up to 3.15 million BIT tokens as rewards to Merlin community members. Rewards will be unlocked based on user behavior in the Merlin community. Below are the details of the reward distribution rules. Liquidity incentive grant rewards will be independent of Season 1 rewards calculation. So liquidity grant period is May 15th, which is today, through August 15th. So you got June, July, August, about 3 months. Ways for users to earn liquidity incentives: minting BitUSD on BitSmiley's official website, which Shizzy just took you guys to.
Yep.
Adding liquidity for BitUSD/USDT, BitUSD/WBTC. So when you add liquidity for these two pairs, you will earn the points for the incentive here. And you can do that on BitCow, which is one of the projects they're really close to here. It's a stable coin and centralized exchange here. And then you can add the liquidity there. And then it goes in just into the incentive token amounts. You can see BitUSD minting incentives here, adding liquidity incentives here. So it's really straightforward at that point. You kind of just see what you can earn if you take either of these, options. But that's it. Pretty simple and straightforward. I think it's good that they're trying to incorporate other community members, maybe people that didn't stake the discs or people that didn't get into like any type of rounds with them.
Yep. Very, very bullish on those guys at BitSmiley, man. For sure.
Yeah. So yep, that's definitely some good news there. We got 200 people in here, guys. Keep smashing that like for us. It helps the algorithm, I believe. And keep sharing the.
So we're told. Yeah.
Keep sharing the live stream on Twitter as well. We appreciate you guys. Excuse me. All right. Let's see where we are here. I think we went through a lot of these, man.
Yeah,
went through
knocked them out.
Lot of these. Yep. All right. I think there was another bit of news too that you wanted to do with Merlin Chain. Do you remember what it was? before we move on to the next thing? You said that we were going to hold it for the next week. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, I guess we can get into
Let's do it.
let's get into our security tips Wednesday, presented to you by Traverse Labs. We wanted to definitely dedicate a certain amount of time for this because, as Shizzy said, I didn't even know he was going to talk about that. He even got affected recently, and it sucks to see like someone that's like my business partner, my friend, to go through that. And so I was actually kind of shocked, and it wasn't because like, oh wow, like Shizzy, you let that happen to you. No, the fact that like it can happen to anybody. Like I went through my wallets because I was like, I got to check some things and stuff too. So what do you think in terms of how the security solution that Traverse brings, like how could it help you, for example, in the situation you went?
So what happened that while I was using that wallet, I had a couple ALUs in there. But I used that wallet as my Connect wallet, right? That's the wallet I use to connect all types of stuff with. I'm not really afraid of losing anything in there, but I totally forgot I had the ALUs in there, right? And I was doing my my weekly. I kind of go through and just kind of just double check all my assets and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, I have ALUs in that wallet. I went to go check that ALU wallet, and I was like, where the hell are my ALUs? And then I go to Magic Eden and check the activity. 5 days ago, they were all three of them were sent out, including a whole bunch of other worthless junk. But I'm smart enough to kind of keep things spread out, right? I have 11 different wallets, and I've just stuff gathered everywhere. That's why I didn't even notice this was missing for 5 days, just because I really use it. But last week I was connecting it to a whole bunch of different things. I'm not saying it was DotSwap, but DotSwap was one of the ones I connected to, and a bunch of other stuff. So I went in to connect the wallets, and I had 17 things that were connected. So I have no idea what got me, but something got me, and I lost 3 ALUs. But again, because I am very good at hygiene and stuff like that with my wallets, that I barely have over $2,000 in any wallet really, except my Runes wallet. But that's going to change. I'm actually going to be opening up a vault and be putting my runes inside that vault, including my my No Monkey and stuff like that as well, in different vaults, obviously on different wallets, because I think you should still spread everything out. But yeah, I mean, it happened to me, and that's why when Traverse kind of reached out to us to say, hey guys, we'd love to have you guys on as an advisor. We're like, hey man, you guys are like probably the perfect, because there's not many security things here in Ordinals, right? So that was big for me, and especially now as they're getting got a little bit, I feel like we picked the perfect partner with Traverse. And guys, there's definitely, so we've been doing our research on Traverse, obviously, now as our partner. And the one thing you guys have to remember is when you're doing the verification, make sure it's the email you guys can get into. Make sure when you're doing the QR code to get the Google Authenticator, use multiple thing. Maybe put one on your computer, one on your phone. Maybe if you have an iPad laying around, grab that as well. So that way you guys are multi safe, because if you do lose that Google Authenticator, then you potentially could lose your assets as well. So make sure you guys are doing all the and you guys know off the Google Authenticators. Ain't your first time with them, so I don't really need to explain that to you guys. But but we are going to get into other reasons why you should definitely be using Traverse.
Yeah, and I promise you, this wasn't something that was like set up. Literally, like Shizzy told me about it this morning when we were in show prep, right? And so right after he was like, I was like, what are you going to do? And he's, I'm setting up vaults right now. He's like, I'm setting up multiple vaults because I got to get my Node Monk in there. I got to get this in different ones. And it was crazy because like the application was like happening live.
Yeah.
And I know that might be hard to believe. I promise you, I'm not lying. This is literally how it rolled out today, which was kind of perfect timing. I mean, no, sorry to you, but like it ended up working out that
that's
way.
the thing though. You have to understand is like, if you do proper wallet management and don't keep too much in, you're gonna have a bad day, not a bad week. Like losing that I mean, each ALU I can buy them back for $600 each, right? So losing that, some people that might be really bad, but to my portfolio that's only 0.02%, 0.05% of it, right? So it's not that bad if you do proper management, and Traverse could help you with that. So
yeah, 100%. And we're not going to show posts because we, for specific situations, I'm just going to talk on them. But there was a community member in the Ordinals community that got their wallet drained of $700,000 worth of Ordinals and BTC ecosystem asset value, right? And that happened like a week and a half ago, right? And so my heart goes out to this person because that sucks, right? And so
Yeah.
that's like another example, and this week build up into this. There's just many examples. You have the Shizzy one that he
Yeah.
told you, this other community member, as well as like yesterday or the day before, Coinbase halted their services to their customers, right? And so really having like non-custodial security is very important. And so the first step is to find a solution for that, right? So that's the very first step, in my opinion. Find a solution for that. Traverse definitely has that solution in our space. I don't know of any other product or service that offers this. People can say, "Oh, well, I'll just use my ledger," which is okay, I think, but your ledger isn't going to be able to detect this individual Satoshis and say, okay, this
Yeah.
Satoshi is a node monk and this is Satoshi is a frog. And so you can accidentally spin that if you connect it to somewhere. I do believe there's some external wallet extensions that partnered with them, so that might work. But I think for the hot wallet solution for security, there's nothing better than Traverse. So that's the first step, is set that up, right? And then the second step is to make sure that like you're doing hygiene stuff. Make sure you're not connected to all those websites, right? So every once in a while, make sure that you disconnect and stuff like that. And when you already make like the signage, like you kind of make that like available to the scammer. So it's just being careful and all that stuff. But a lot of times it's like you want to take all of those like steps that are stressful and headache off your plate. That's where the security vaults will come into play.
100%. Yep.
So yeah. So we kind of hit on, what's the reason why, using a service like this, we went through like, there's more and more, pretty clever scams and phishing strategies. So it can happen to anybody, guys. It can happen to anybody for sure. So make sure that you are keeping everything secure. And, I think it's also just good to have, as well as even if you have a ledger, it's like a backup. But anything else on this right now that you want to hit on?
No, I think we hit on pretty much everything. We can hop on to some other points though. I think they have the one thing.
Oh, are you talking about the
Hack Me challenge?
Oh, yes. Yeah, let's get into that. So let's say that you're trying to say, okay, you know what? I don't want to use anybody I don't trust. Traverse actually has right now a Hack Me challenge. And so they have locked up 0.14 Bitcoin into a security vault. And if you watch the video, you can see, you can follow the steps below. You can use any of these wallets, Unisat, OKX, Xverse, any of them. Import the wallet with the private key below, and then you can connect the wallet to the Traverse app. Click on View Vaults. Click on the Hack Me Vault, the green color, and then click on the 0.14 Bitcoin. Click on Unfreeze and attempt to retrieve the money. If you retrieve the money, then you can have it. That's the whole challenge here. So they're saying, you know what, we'll put our money where our mouth is. How do you feel about this?
Yeah. I just, it's another saying, hey guys, try me. If you're so confident and you guys can get this, we have 0.14 Bitcoin sitting there for you. Go take it. And yet nobody's been able to grab it. So I think that's another reason why we were so confident in bringing them on as a partner, because I want to stress that, because we are partners with them. So it's just one of those things that safety first. And if you think you are not confident in it, try it.
Exactly. You can and Shizzy even put his own Hack Me challenge out there on our tutorial video. So if you want an OG pass, you can
just go watch that tutorial video we did on last Friday. Over 2,000 views on that thing, which was absolutely amazing. And then Yazir says it cannot be done because of two-factor authentication won't allow it. Exactly. You need your email, you need that Google Authenticator, and then you need the seed words as well to get into it and to send anything out. So that's pretty, it is what it is. Let's be safe, man. Let's practice proper hygiene. Let's not nobody, really get killed in this space with, we're about to enter a bull cycle. You don't want to lose any of your assets. Yeah, I'm annoyed because I think those pandas could go to 0.2, 0.3, but it is what it is. I've had an opportunity to buy them back still pretty cheaply. So that's my issue. And it happened to me, guys. Like, I mean, again, that was a wallet that I used to connect everything. I just forgot those pandas were in there.
Yeah,
So
that's unfortunate. But you know, and also, you know, I was talking about clever schemes. We saw Elizabeth Olsen's Twitter account get
yeah,
hacked, right?
yep,
So imagine if like Elizabeth Olsen, which is you know, she's a prominent figure in our
yeah,
ecosystem, right? She has a lot of followers and she, you know, is respected. And let's say she shot you a DM and said, "Hey, you know, we're looking for people to test out a product and you know, send you a website or something, right?" And you're like, well, this is Elizabeth Olsen, you know, it was her actual account too, guys, that got hacked. And then you click on it and stuff like that, then you know, that you could fall for that. But this would protect you if you had your assets in there.
yeah. And yeah, Azir again, man, he's just been killing it with the comments. He goes, guys, I think one of our responsibilities is that we are a part of the Bitcoin community. Have it is to support the builders more, like retweet, compliment their work, like they are humans like us. I agree, man. We should definitely any project that you are a big fan of, keep hitting that retweet button, keep hitting that like button, share it as much as possible. To his point here, so
Yep, 100%. 100%. All right. I think that's it, guys.
yeah,
So oh wait, one last announcement too. So if you are an Ordinal Revolution OG pass holder, you have until June 10th to create a security vault and lock your OG pass in there
yeah,
if you want the Traverse tap token airdrop. So July or June 10th, that gives
yeah.
us a little under a month, or gives you guys a little under a month. If you don't want the airdrop, then you don't have to do that. But this is for people that are interested in the Traverse tap token airdrop. Lock your OG pass in there. You will qualify for that.
And that's the thing, guys. The less people that lock their passes up, the more you get, right? So it's kind of like, it's be a part of it because to say, there's 300 passes, there's 280 something holders, So it's to say, I think right now they said there's about 30 that are locked up. You have 25 days to get in there because that's a lot of tokens going to not many people. So definitely want to be a part of that.
For sure. For sure. Okay. Awesome. All right.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so let's get into some other stuff here before we
Yeah.
get Chico Mo on here in about 15 minutes, and then we'll get into the after hour. Guys, we have 220 people in here. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us on a Wednesday. So let's talk a little bit about like the tap ecosystem in general. We've had a lot of meetings with tap builders, and
Yeah.
we're hearing news about like wallets that are being released. One of them is the Tap. I think it's just called Tap Wallet.
Okay.
Tap Wallet and Explorer. That's released now. So I've mentioned that the one thing that I'm a little bit worried about is there's a lot of builders in the space that say, "Hey, this is coming. This is big. That's coming," and all that stuff. But then like we don't really see it, once it's rolled out. Do you think this is different? And if so, why?
Yeah, I mean, I used to always say, Tap. The only thing really lacking from Tap. I mean, they had the builders, right? They had Benny. They had, they had the community. The community was live, and they're ready to admit anything that was posted, right? And they had everything going for them, except they didn't have no infrastructure, right? And it was super early too. I mean, I'm talking September, October when we had fake builders like Santiago saying they're building something, and Benny supporting it, and people being kind of worried about going over there and building and stepping on their toes. But it turns out TapX really wasn't building anything but a monitoring system, right? So, and I think now there's a lot of other builders over there, real builders, and people really building stuff. And this is one of the many things. Obviously, it's just a Unisat fork, but that was all we needed for infrastructure, right? That's how easy it was. And I think it's just the time is now for that entire ecosystem. And I'm just happy for the true believers, the guys who kind of missed out on Merlin and stuff like that. Now they're getting their time to shine.
Yeah. Yeah, and it the forking the main base part is obviously just Unisat, right? But
Yeah.
the part of making sure that you're able to show tap assets, and then now like the DMT stuff, which here I'm going to show this wallet here. It's called Tap and Wallet and Explorer at the Tap Wallet. Guys, do your research on this. We're still doing research on this, so but you can see here. This is part of the problem, I think, with like DMT stuff is that like it wasn't showing in wallets, right? And so you would have to go to Magic Eden for like the popular projects. They eventually showed the Nat Cats, right? But this wallet will allow you to see all the art as well,
Yeah.
right? In directly in this wallet. So I think this is a huge step. If this is a legitimate project, which we're still researching on, everything so far looks good. But again, do your own research on it to make sure. But yeah, so to me, wallet was definitely one part of the infrastructure that was needed, right? Another part was okay. How can they follow up with these kind of promises or whatever of being able to do like a DeFi type of ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about, okay, well, what has Benny created, right? So he's created a decentralized indexer for BRC20s, right? He's created like the inscription for cursed inscriptions early on. He was like one of the first platforms to offer that. And then I was like, okay, well, that's cool. That's within limitations. But then like, I was like, what has he done that's been innovative, right? And for him to be able to index like the DMT, UNAT, and NAT stuff, that's got to be like the biggest pain in the A. You know what I mean? To be
Yeah.
able to do that because you're grabbing data points and like what the project founder is deeming what these data points mean and all that stuff to be able to index for the block runner guys. And I think that's a really big task and in a short period of time too, right? So the fact that he was able to do that, him and his team, that gives me more confidence that, hey, maybe what's coming from the TAP ecosystem is what they're saying. And it gets me excited to start, like anticipating like playing with stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%.
So
yeah, man. What do you want to get into next before while we're waiting for Chico Mo here? Yesterday, we weren't able to hit on all the ecosystems that we wanted to. You want to jump into some of those?
Sure. You want to pull them up or?
Yeah, I can grab it here. My favorite place to kind of look at tap assets here is was it satx.io.
Yep. I think it's sats. There's like a plural.
Sats.
You got it?
Yeah. Yep, got it. So this is a pretty good site. If anyone don't know about SatsX, this is one of my favorite places to kind of look. I don't really buy things too often from here, just because it's a lot cheaper on other places. But I do enjoy like their UI and everything, so it's pretty cool. So that the minus tap token, obviously, this is one of the tokens that this was the very first token. This is I'm actually holding this. This is the original tap, right? The OG tap, but no, this is minus tap. This was the test token for the entire ecosystem, and it's cursed. There'll never be another cursed token ever again. So that's why I'm very bullish on this token. And then DMT Net, a token that is inflating every day with new stuff. So I'm not quite crazy bullish from that one. Karma and Sora. What do you know about these two? They're just memes, right?
Yeah, from my understanding, the Karma token has some sort of connection with OCM, I believe, and obviously like Sora Ventures, because I think they help kind of, push that initiative. It was airdropped to a ton of people. I think Bitmappers got it, track holders got it, a lot of people got it for an airdrop. And so the Sora one, it seems to be like they're more aggressive on trying to push that, like the Sora team and all them. They say like party don't start until $5, right? And that's their consistent tweet. But I'm not sure what to think about with that, because it's at 23 cents right now. The market cap I think is I don't know what the market cap is, but it's at 23 cents. So it's in a decent spot. I think there's 21 million of them. So we'll see what happens with those two tokens. What do you think about minus tap though? Because like I think that's like the most like controversial token out of all these, because there's people that say first is first and all this stuff, and of course the people that don't hold any or that didn't mint any or stuff, they're kind of like, well, minus tap doesn't matter because like Benny's already said that tap is the main token and all this stuff. But what do you think?
Yeah, I think that minus tap is probably going to be Benny has a plan for it. I truly think that he did post something in a Medium article about. He said minus tap won't get you any tap airdrop, but we have a plan for it as well. So guys, this is a sleeper right now, and on the show we try to bring you guys a most alpha, but 390 sats. I mean that's pretty cheap. It's a lot cheaper than where I got it from. So I'm definitely bullish on this. This, I just think this first is first, right? And I think it's being ignored.
It is being ignored. So that's why I'm like, what's going to happen? Because the biggest thing with Tap's ecosystem is that there was the hype, and I forgot exactly when it happened, but I want to say maybe late July, early August, or was it July whenever Tap launched?
Yeah, July, August, definitely. It was
Yeah.
definitely in the midst of the bear.
Yeah, and there was a lot of hype, but nowhere to really sell these, right? So basically what everybody did was kept minting, minting. And then next thing you know, is nowhere to really sell these except for maybe OTC. I think people were, remember, who was it? Shep? Is he still around? The guy that used to be the OTC guy. Remember?
Yeah, he ended up being the new after Eric left. He was the new CEO of Atomicals Market, and then after that, I haven't heard of him. Yeah, you didn't hear about that? Yeah, he took the role of the Atomicals Marketplace. Speaking of Atomicals, when was the last time you've been there?
I was there yesterday. So
were you really?
Yeah, because I still hold all my Atomicals, man.
Okay,
I sold all my ARC20s, all that stuff, and I think that this is another example of my theory on meta protocols carving out their own place, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like their ARC20s and Atomicals are going to have their path that they're carving out. I feel like BRC20s and the modules are going to have their path. I think obviously the runes are going to have their path, and I think that Tap is going to have its path. And I know that some people might say, well, that's so many, how are you going to cut all the liquidity up between all these fungible token ecosystems? Well, when Bitcoin's at 150,000, 200,000, no one's going to care. They're just going to try to, honestly, probably, capitalize on each meta protocol at that point. It'll be more like opportunities, right? It's okay, we've already gone through the BRC20 and it made a ton there. Now let's go to the ARC20 and stuff like that, kind of like the layer 2s of last cycle.
Yeah. And my only problem with Atomicals is I can't find any builders, right? So if I want to go find a rune builder, I just got to, do a quick whistle and 9 show up, right? But that's my only issue is and Eric says, hey, a lot of them are Chinese and they don't even know you exist, talking about Ordinal Revolution. So it's one of those things where, maybe they are just Chinese builders building stuff, but I don't see anything. I don't see anything in my timeline. And I follow a lot of people. I follow over 2,000 people. So I don't see anything.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, I'm definitely seeing Binance research constantly posting about it. So there is a Chinese community of builders. I think we just gotta wait until the time's right. But looks like our guy Chico Mo joined us. Let's get him on stage here.
Let's do it. Chico Mo, welcome to Ordinal Revolution, my friend.
What up? What up? Good to see you guys again. How's it going, Shizzy, Yagobi?
What's up, man? First of all, dope sweatshirt there, man. Is that a gift from Hype?
This is authentic. Hype gifted this to me in New York at Pub Key.
Nice.
He popped in and he blessed me, dude. I have the rocket today.
Love it. Love it.
Damn, Hype didn't give me anything, bro. I get nothing from him. No, I'm lying. I did get I got a hat. I got a hat from him.
I had to press him out for this.
I got a hat too. And Alex was with us, and Alex looked so sad, and he was like, "Can I get one?" And Hype had no more left, and I gave him my hat. I was like,
"Oh, did it?"
Yeah. So, but we met in NYC at the Frogs Party and had some great conversations about the space and chopped it up there, and that was awesome, man, to meet you in person. But it seems like lately you've been taking a little bit of this role of kind of a leader in the frog space, leading these swamp spaces. Can you talk a little bit about that, and then also how you feel about the frog community currently, and maybe what needs to happen for things to get energy back?
Yeah, man. Damn, leader in the frog space. That's crazy. I'm just here to ribbit, and have fun. But I feel you, ribbit. I just started hosting some spaces. I mean, Jake and Tendi did their thing, and spent a lot of time doing the swamp spaces and stuff. And Jake has done some recently, but I felt like everybody needed a place to ribbit and just kick it, and so I'm down to host this space. you know, every week or a couple of week, just to kind of get the community, you know, on voice chat. You know, the Discord's dope, Twitter group chat's dope, but spaces are important. So happy to host it.
The
For
Frogs
sure.
definitely need a leader, man. And I think you know, if the spot's open for you, if you want to take it, so it's official. Chico Mo is the now leader of the Frogs. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, but it's really awesome for you to do that. Really kind of be leading the charge there. You know, with the spaces and stuff like that. Obviously, you don't want to be there is no leader of the Frogs. The Frogs is an open community, but it is awesome that people like you are kind of taking it by the horns and kind of really going out there, or taking it by the ribbit and really out there. And it's awesome. I missed the last one, but I'm definitely in this one. Could you talk about are you setting a date for potential ones going forward, or you get kind of just doing them here and there?
I don't do dates because I don't want to commit myself and then like something comes up and I don't want to like fake on people or whatever. So what I have been doing is just I'm on Eastern time. So in the morning at like 9 a.m. Eastern, if I feel like doing it that day, usually I'll just set up like a reminder and tweet it out for like 9 p.m. I think that's been a good time, and then do it for a couple hours depending on the vibes, right? But no schedule. And like, you know, I don't want to be here saying I'm gonna do it every week, because like one week I might not or whatever. But you know,
Gotcha.
Yeah, when I was in when we were in New York, it was tight meeting you guys and meeting like other Ordinals people, you know, not just like Frogs, but like, you know, everybody. That was super cool. And it was cool to meet Frog Toshi too. Like that was he's such like a humble boss, dude. He's so sick. And I remember him saying, he's like, no, we're all Frog Toshi. The empowerment tactic.
I love that. Well, like, you know, just talking to you, I could tell that you know, you've been in the space for a while. Could you talk a little bit about like how long you've been in the space and your experience in it?
I got into like crypto in like 2021, and I got into Ordinals like in May 2023. So I wasn't here in the beginning, but I guess early enough. Like I had already watched Frogs rip and do their thing, and I like jumped into the early-ish Frog spaces, and that shit was hilarious, and like learned a lot from it. And first Frog I think I got after I thought I had missed it and caught it on the way down, caught the falling knife during Ordinals Are Dead summer in June. So I've been like eyes on Ordinals pretty much since like May. And been like buying since like May, and thank God for Ordinals Are Dead summer, dude, because while everybody's shitting their pants, like, you know, everything's red, I'm over here just like grabbing, you know, things I like and want, and that worked out well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. And it's funny you say that, because I think we're in that exact period right now. Are you doing any? Do you have your buying shoes on? Have you been buying anything recently?
Bro, I've been out of it for the past like week or so. I'm not super liquid. I already like got my runes bags packed, more or less. I thought I did until everything went super red, and so I could like
they're more packed now.
Into a few runes. Yeah, no, they're just heavier in a bad way. But no, it's fine. It's all good.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
It is fine. Like I look at my portfolio. I'm not like an active trader really by any means. Like, you know, sell some shit when I need liquidity, but I pretty much just like hold stuff. And it's not that bad overall. Like I just shotgun sprayed into my runes bags, and I'm just holding those, and like overall it's okay.
Well, the question that this dying question for me is, do you hold Mr. Yen, Chinese businessman, the guy who loves the sun?
First of all, you just clump all of them together because it's Mr. Yen, Japanese businessman.
Is there a new businessman?
I'm making a new one. All right, let me rephrase that. Rewind. Do you hold Mr. Yen, Japanese businessman?
Yes, I hold Mr. Yen, Japanese businessman, and his loving and supportive wife, Mrs. Yen, Japanese housewife. Because
all right, my next question would be around Father's Day, will Mr. Yen pump?
He loves his son.
Yeah.
Oh, will his son come out of the woodwork on Father's Day and say, "I love my dad"? Maybe,
For sure.
maybe.
I think
See,
it's a Father's Day play. I don't think there's many Father's Day plays, but I think Mr. Yen, I'm gonna be buying it all the way up to Father's Day, and I'm gonna be selling it on Father's Day.
Bro,
Yeah.
you're gonna sell Mr. Yen on Father's Day. That's messed up.
Hey, it's a business decision. It's a business
Hey,
decision.
Mr. Ian would understand. He is a businessman. No, but
he would understand.
yeah.
He would. He
Okay.
gets it. It's okay. He loves his son.
Oh man, I love all this stuff. Okay, so that conversation that I had with you in NYC, like I could just tell that you're pretty, you know, your portfolio, you're pretty good at, you know, spreading it out a little bit, right? Like seeing the value and stuff. What I've been kind of saying about the frogs recently, I would say the past 3 months, is the reason why they've been kind of leapfrogged, if you will, by like Node Monks and Puppets is because those projects had, you know, pretty high price price points for their launches. Puppets wasn't that high, but it was like still a couple $100, I think, or something. But and so they build like this kind of treasury up to be able to kind of support their floor. Obviously, this is just speculation, but you can't deny that they did charge for the launches, and the frogs weren't like that in the beginning. And so frogs went purely off of organic, like, you know, hype, and then that run in the summer that you all three of us saw, and then they fell back the past 3-4 months behind these other two projects. Would you say that like that is a solid point that I have of a reason why that's happened, or do you think that I'm just thinking too much about it?
You're thinking too much, man.
Think
Sorry,
so?
the solid point being like because frogs were free, less skin in the game, and people like it'll make it easier to go lower, and like Puppets and Node Monkeys had their.
So my point is that like the teams could technically like prop up the Node Monkeys floor, and you know, because they have a huge like they earned a lot. Like if you did the Node Monks, how much they earned, it's multiple millions.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I'm not ready to jump into that kind of speculation. While it is a possibility, like that's not kind of like
It's like tinfoil hat, right?
Right. And like, yo, Ryan Kitty's back. I got my tinfoil on tight as hell. Ever since he tweeted. So it's not that I don't like tinfoil, it's just that I take tinfoil with a grain of salt. So I don't know.
Yeah. Do you see, what do you see for the futures of frogs? Do you see they come back like busting through the gates, you know, because it's obviously been a value play, it seems like, at least for a long time.
I don't know, man. I don't have a crystal ball here. Obviously, I'm bag biased, and I would love for frogs to leap back to 0.4 Bitcoin all-time high. I think overall, like OG Ordinals collectors and people in the community, like they know and respect frogs for their history and kind of like what they did in the beginning when things were quiet, as kind of like a proof of like Ordinals. It was like the first, like, I don't want to say blue chip, but you know, for lack of a better term, it really helped people get like confidence, I think, in Ordinals.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of OGs recognize that and won't forget that. And while every project has their own narratives, like Node Monkeys, the first original 10K or whatever, shout out Honey Badgers, they got an earlier first inscription. But you know what I mean? I'd like to think that people will want to hold a frog long term for those reasons. And I always tweet like OG respect, because that is what it is to me. And that's why I like holding my frogs. I like the art. I love the founder. The community's dope. And OG shit, dude. Like I'm here for it.
Yeah. And speaking of OG stuff, like when we first got in here, a frog was like the biggest thing, right? It was like one of those things. Like one of my dreams was I want to give away a frog one day on the show, right? And now it's actually affordable to do it, because at one point they were like 15,000. But like back then, frogs were we did shows every Wednesday and every Sunday, and we would show the entire markets and stuff like that. Frogs were in that #1 spot through that entire summer. I mean, they would fight with D Gods back then, because now D Gods ain't even on there, but they would fight with D Gods, and then
OMB.
OMB finally came around, they would take the spot, but frogs would constantly take the number one spot on Magic Eden. And to us, man, frogs just have that early feel to them, and that's why we're bullish on them. That's why me and we both hold frogs, is because we remember back then when there wasn't any big collections, and the collections came later. But frogs were that number one spot, and they mean a lot to this ecosystem, and I think people are eventually going to see that. And again, Ordinal Revolution is early to everything, and I think we're going to be early to the frogs once again.
Hell yeah. No, I mean, like for a minute here, like, I mean, right now I'm looking at frogs. I'm looking at Magic Eden, the 1 day volume chart, and they're number 10, which like for the past couple of months, like I've gotten used to not seeing them in the top 10,
Yeah.
which is like weird after them being there for so long. But dope to see them back at number 10. I'm greedy and would love the price to go down, so I could get some more and kind of like snipe some that I like off the floor. I don't have any ugly frogs in my wallet that I'm okay with like selling, and this isn't a price point that I would necessarily sell at anyways. I want to pick the ones I like.
Yeah. That sounds like a statement from a man with a lot of conviction there. He goes, I hope that the price goes down so I can grab more. You know, most people don't say that unless they say they think that, you know, there's a bright future. So
yeah, man. All right, you want to jump in some Q&A from the audience here? And
yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And guys, if you have questions, you know, for Chico Mo too, just put them in here. Thanks for hanging out with us for this long, an hour and 10 minutes. 291 people in here live. We appreciate you guys. So let's go. Are you cool to hang out with us for the Q&A part?
I'm here, man. Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. All right. So Ethereum blockchain is a member of ours, and he says Verothium. So we talked about this in the members live stream. So go back and watch that. But the only thing I'll say is that, you know, they're testing. Mainnet's going to be like any day. So
well, no, mainnet is here.
Well,
it's just
yeah, but you guys can't find it. You're not gonna find it.
But we are advisors for that project, and we have a meeting tonight with some big heads from the ecosystem, and it's on its way. Verothium Dex is I want to say it'll be soon, and you guys will be able to do some cool stuff with your minds, because I think that's why people ask about it. No one gives a crap about it if you're not invested in it. So I think some people are just holding their minds and waiting for an opportunity to use them, and I think you'll be able to use them real soon.
Yep.
I got some of those mines too, the Verothium mines, the Ordinals.
Yeah. Yep.
What are those at now? Those were pretty cheap when I scooped them up. One of my friends told me about them. I just grabbed some.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw them, they're like $15. They've been floating between 9 and 30 for like the last couple months.
Yeah, it's like $10. 0016.
Yeah. What else we got?
I'm gonna show y'all my tiny Viking. This is something I got. Oh, you can't even see it.
Oh wow.
In New York.
Someone else showed us their tiny Viking.
But where are people getting these tiny Vikings from?
That sounds so weird. Someone else showed us their tiny Viking.
I got it in PubKey from the Tiny Vikings team. They all pulled up, and I got one of them. It's sweet. I like it. It's just on my desk.
Yeah.
I Walk Alone says, when Ordinal Revolution project, Rune, BRC20, NFT. I mean, we have our passes, but yeah, we're not going to do any fungible tokens or anything like that. It's just too messy. Well, I don't know. What do you think about that?
It's hard enough to pump the damn passes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you already hit me up, like, yeah, what are you guys doing with those passes? Like, God damn it, it was free. They were free. Like, what do you want from us? Like, but we're going to try and pump.
All right. No says, why so bullish on frogs? Price go up and then down. I'll let you answer that one, Chico.
He picks things
why
up
is
and
so bullish on frogs. The answer is Ribbit. What's up, Bullish Zig? Harry Sats. I see you guys. Nocturnal. Honk honk.
I think that's the perfect answer. Is Ribbit.
Honk, honk. Ribbit. We're just honking and ribbiting over here today.
Honking ribbit.
Not many
Mickey.
questions, guys. There's some questions in here.
Yeah, Sheer says, is Alchemy Pay part of the Alchemy company?
Yes. Alchemy is a borrowing and lending, and their Alchemy Pay is a branch off that, and it is backed by Coinbase. Coinbase is Coinbase Ventures is a partner with them.
Awesome. And Yashir says that he's traded a lot on SatSex, and it's a good DApp. Oh, here's a statement from TKO. He says Karma is transitioned to Rune, so Tap Karma is worthless now per team. They have no plan for Tap Karma. Why would they do that?
Those guys are just all over the place, man. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They came with that stupid Runestone thing, and that flopped, and it's just sad. I just hope Jason kind of figures out a right plan and maybe get some better advisors.
Whatever happened with the Runestone thing that they were doing, like the Karma Stone or whatever? Like I remember they had one price, and then they
got $500
pushback for it.
No,
and they lowered it.
It was $1,000.
It was $1,000, yeah. And then they dropped it, and there was nothing for pass holders. So they have a Karma Pass. They had Karma tokens. It was nothing for the holders, nothing for the tokens. It was buy this for $1,000 and be happy. And everyone was like, "F you!" Like no. And then they're like, "Okay, it's free for pass holders," and they still didn't even mint the damn thing.
Tech Savvy Girl says, "Good group of people up there. Thank you, Tech Savvy Girl." What were we gonna say, Shizzy?
No, I was just saying, Jason, if you need some advisors, bro, we'll help you out. We'll help you out for free. Let us know. Definitely need some help over there.
Nocturnal says Chico rocking the flock. Gotta love it. Shout out to Nocturnal.
Honk.
Yeah, everybody likes that. Is there a place people can pick that up, or
I don't know. I love it. It's so sick and so simple. I'm trying to take good care of it, keep it fresh and white. It's still it had like a scent of like really nice, like subtle perfume or like a scent to it. I don't know if it was hypes or what. I watched it once and it's still on here, and I'm not mad about it, dude. So
I think he brought his girlfriend to NYC, so maybe like he had it in his
arm. Her bag, yeah.
Oh, it's good. Whatever it is, man. Love the scent. Love the scent.
Yashir says, "What's the reason the frogs got such attention that there are plenty of projects with frogs as the main design?" I wonder if you're talking about antisocial frogs, and what else was there? There was that one derivative. Remember they came Good Vibes. Remember Good Vibes?
Yeah,
they were like a derivative of the frogs as well. That was like months ago.
Yeah, you were big into that project, but it never really turned out to be anything, right?
Yeah, well, I think at the time, like just derivatives weren't a thing very much.
Yeah,
now there's a lot of derivatives. I feel like Puppets started that.
Yeah, for sure.
So Puppets have never-ending derivatives. Coke Puppets, like it just doesn't stop.
You're right, 100%. I think the reason they got attention though is because like Chicomo said, they're a staple in the space. The history behind them. But there's definitely been I felt like there was a little bit of a lack of respect for them the past couple months, but I always compare them to the CryptoPunks version of our space. Like they were one of the first hyped up. It was a free mint. You only had to pay for fees, and so long term, in my opinion, I think they get that respect back. But we will see.
I agree.
Well, I think he's talking about the frog. He just commented, "Frog is an animal, not so much Bitcoin frogs, but like why are projects using frogs in general?"
Pepe
could be Pepe. My normie homie, when I told him Ribbit 6 months ago or whatever, was telling me that like frogs were kind of like just like trending on the internet in general. Like I don't know, maybe like a year ago or something. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Pepe, I don't know.
Yeah. Pepe went nuts this time last year, didn't it? That's when Pepe really took off.
I think it was a spring. Yeah, it was like,
was it?
Yeah, March, April, around there.
Yo, Pepe all-time high right now.
It's an all-time high right now?
Yep.
Interesting. Wow.
Yes, sir. You love to see it.
Yeah. I mean, meme season is here. I'll walk along and says, thoughts on Unitap?
We need to see more. Doesn't really, I was just on their site actually a little bit ago. They're building over there. They're building a wallet, they're building infrastructure, they're building a swap, they're building a lot. They're definitely something that I'm keeping an eye on. I'm checking their site a few times a week and seeing any new features, keeping their Twitter on the little bell icon, making sure I get all the notifications from them. But yeah, they're building a lot there.
Yeah. I feel like they are, if you had to pick like a wallet that they're building a wallet, right? So I would say that they would be the one that is probably connected to the developers of the Tap ecosystem the closest, because they like Tap will repost their stuff a lot and stuff like that, and then like they just look like everything looks custom. So I'm imagining that like their wallet's gonna be very different from the Tap Explorer wallet that we saw, right? So I hope to see something pretty quick, because I want to start messing with all this stuff. The last thing we want is kind of like a Tap X situation. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow. Real quick, speaking of the Tap stuff, I kind of wanted to show this. This just popped up on my radar. So this company, Quality, but they got 45,000 followers here. They're AI powered DeFi platform. They just partnered with Ghosty. That's pretty big for Ghosty, man. This is the big guy. This is AI powered platform, Polygon build. It's huge. Partnering with Ghostly.
Interesting. I know we're supposed to get them on the show, so hopefully we can pull some alpha out of them about that. All right.
I got my notifications for Ghosty, so anything that pops up, I'm like, oh, what's this? And another partnership. These guys, man, are building the Ghosty. I'm curious to your opinion on this, Chico. Do you hold any Ghosty?
I do. I haven't looked at it in a long time. I've held it for a long time. That's one I am excited about, like that I'm happy holding. My Ghosty, my track.
Ghosty's at a $10 million market cap, and I think it has the biggest potential. And we have no partnership with them, not pumping anything. I'm a holder of this, but we just think Ghosty. Well, I think Ghosty is probably one of the easiest plays for this board. If you follow their damn Twitter, every single day they have a partnership like this. This thing is going to go sideways until it's vertical, and I truly believe that.
There was this one frog in the alpha chat like a long time ago. I think when Ghosty was first starting, he was like shouting it out, super excited about it, and this guy like killed it with Ghosty, and he's still bullish to this day. So I always remember that story. I forget his name right now, but he's usually bull posting them on Twitter and stuff. I haven't actually used Ghosty's product. I've been meaning to, like I want to. I've heard it's really good though.
Yeah. It's solid. It's definitely solid. And the cool thing too, they're allowing people to, if you have a website, you can take their API
widget,
put it on your website, your widget, and you can earn fees as people swap on your site. Obviously, they earn fees as well, but you earn them from you can put their swap on any site now, which is awesome.
On my WordPress,
I think
probably
so.
Good, yeah. You can earn.
I think you can, man. You can just put like the chicomo.com. And then people go there and they're like, I can swap ghost assets here. That's weird.
It's multi-chain too.
It's just gonna be like my frog and like the little swap widget and like nothing. That's it.
Yeah, it's like your professional website, like your LinkedIn. And it says, by the way, if you want to swap Bitcoin assets, here's a
not widget. Even Bitcoin assets, anything, right? They're on every chain.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, we got a question directly for Chico Mo from Nocturnal here. It says, what projects is Chico keeping an eye on right now? Looking for a dip? Maybe if you can name a couple that you're bullish on or trying to wait for a dip or something.
Happy with the way my bags are packed right now. First thing I'd probably look for, and the first thing I'm gonna do now that things are like kind of red, is probably DCA into some runes. What those are, I'm not sure right now. The higher volume ones, I saw another question, somebody asking like RSIC or decentralized, like which one do you like? I am a big fan of decentralized. I like RSIC too, but I'm bullish on the CyberKongz team and wouldn't mind building my bag up there. In terms of ordinals, there's some that I really wish I had but don't. But they're just like high price points. Like, so I need a super dip, OMB, like I need an OMB. I don't have an OMB. I want a Quantum Cat.
How do you feel about the puppets?
Puppets, I love the puppets. I got one early enough on. I've only got one. I'm not looking to sell it. I'm really happy to hold it. Puppets World Peace, Son of the Zero. Love all that shit. I think the community is hilarious, and I'm bullish on the puppets. I like them. I think the art's funny too. Like, I didn't get it as first. I was like a little, kind of late. I think their mint was hectic, right? So I kind of like put my attention elsewhere a little after the mint. But then when I looked back and my homie was telling me about them, I'm just scrolling through the traits, just scrolling through them, and I'm just laughing my ass off at these stupid puppets, man. And that did it for me. I like the puppets.
Yeah, puppets have that South Park type look to them, right? That South Park type feel, and I think a lot of us grew up with South Park, right? I'm sure you did as well. I think everyone from our generation has at least watched a few episodes of it, and kind of gives you that feel of that South Park stuff. And I think that's why we're drawn to the puppets so much and stuff. So,
yeah.
Well, how do you feel about the fact that like they got way more attention than Opium, which is the original collection it's based off of?
That's weird. First gut feeling is it's weird. But it also is what it is. And the Opium will always be like the OG kind of like puppet daddy, if you will, collection. But I think I don't know.
Yeah, I think because of that, like for like the long term, I think Opium ends up doing crazy stuff like later down the road, and it will get the attention back because the space that we're in, people love it or not, there is a historical factor to some of these metrics like the inscription number. You know what I mean? And I think that like we've only been in this space for a year, so we haven't had enough time for that to kind of cook in terms of like 3 years down the road, people are gonna be like, oh shoot, you have like a 80,000 inscription, blah, 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 right? And I think that's whenever Opium is gonna be like, man, these are worth a lot, because the puppets that's where the puppets would have helped them because of that run during the first year.
Yeah. We'll see. Puppets supply or Opium supply 777. I mean, puppets is a 10K. That could be part of it too. People really just rallied around the puppets though.
And I think crazy. Opium has that name, right, where it's just like it's kind of frowned upon, it's like, but like puppets is just kid friendly, it's puppets. So I think that might be
bro. I don't think people care about that in our space.
No, I'm just saying. Oh yeah, it's true. But I'm just saying, like I think that could be a reason why.
Can I give an honest answer from me? Like, okay, this is not any shade thrown towards anybody, but to me, the puppets were the collection that the ETH and everybody that missed out on early inscription stuff said, this is the one we're going for, and this is what we're going to build. And they did a damn good job with it.
I got my puppet alpha, like my puppet push was from my homie who does like technical analysis, mainly on all stuff, but he is like kind of like plugged into the ETH side. And I think his network he was hearing probably the buzz from them, and he's like, telling me he's going to get some puppets. So he put it on my radar, and I got one for like $1,000, and then they went crazy. But I owe that to him. But yeah, it didn't come from an Ordinal homie by any means.
Yeah. But like, shout out to those guys. Like they did it, right? Like I know there was a little bit of talk about community with the node monks and stuff also coming from there, but it was pretty obvious. Like the other ecosystem people went into the puppets, mostly.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Mostly, I mean, the no monkeys went up to what, 0.6, 0.8. I mean, that's no easy feat, right?
But it was attractive to like Ordinal enjoyers like us because of like the early inscription. Like when we first bought our node monks, we basically did it when we were on the phone, and so it was like we were both kind of like, oh shoot, there's like an 83,000 right there, or we wanted the lower one. You know what I'm saying? So I think that definitely there's a difference in if you've been in this space for a long time or if you came into it recently and you're just looking for monetary value. You know what I'm saying? But you can definitely look for both, because that's kind of like where I am. Like I'm not here just to, only collect only. I do have some stuff I want to collect though.
So my last question for Chico would be: we think that there's going to be 2 projects that come out in this kind of local cycle, because I think the super cycle that we're in now is going to be broken up to a bunch of local cycles, right? Like tiny little cycles with dips, and I think we're about to enter the next one. Are you into Bitmap Emporium or Alus?
No, I have neither. I think I've heard, I don't know if you guys talking about Bitmap Emporium like a week ago or semi-recently. I don't know much about it. I don't have an ALU either. Hindsight's 2020, definitely should have minted.
They're the cheapest they've ever been. So
really?
Okay.
Yeah. And ALU, the pandas, like MetaPanda and them, I think that they have like a pretty tight-knit community. I think that it's definitely cyberpunk feel to it with a little bit of like puppet energy, but we got to kind of see how that builds out.
But Chico, man, it's been a pleasure having you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us on this Wednesday, man. Appreciate your time, buddy, and thank you. But any last words to the community before we let you go?
Ribbit.
There we go.
That's perfect. Check him out on the swamp, guys. If there's a swamp space, it'll be Chicobi in there. And if good,
follow him too on Twitter. What's your Twitter tag?
It's ChicoMo44, I think.
Yeah, follow this OG. He's full of knowledge, and he's now the official leader of the frogs. I'm just kidding.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me on. Nice talking to you guys. Later.
All right, buddy.
Peace.
So that was Chico Mo. He is not the leader of the frogs, so the frogs do not have a leader, but they are a community-based project, and Chico Mo is a leader in that community for sure. We definitely appreciate him being here, and that's our show, guys. Sorry. Go check out ordinalrevolution.com. Just go to the site. Just go to it. It helps our analytics. If you want to support us in any way, just go to ordinalrevolution.com. But if you do go to Nashville, we'll both be in Nashville. Come meet us down there. 21% off coupon in the site as well as at our store. And somebody Yazir said we should make his shirt, and that's probably a good idea. Sorry, hype, but we'll probably be making your shirt and selling it in our store. So check that out, guys. And did I hit on everything? I think I did.
I think so. I think you did. Yeah. Just look out for the membership stream notification, possibly maybe Friday. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But also, if you're curious about joining the membership, it's $10 a month. We think it's well worth it. You get these exclusive membership streams. You kind of see what we're thinking with our portfolios, what's going on, new alpha, all that great stuff. I think that's it.
Yeah, and go check out our partners, TraverseLabs.io, Verothium Dex will be dropping soon. They're going mainnet really soon. And our newest partner here, Fluid Tokens, check them out at Fluid Token, BTC-fluidtokens.com.
Yes, it's btc.fluidtokens.com.
So check them out as well, guys. We appreciate you guys. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 7 a.m. Pacific. So check those times out. We appreciate you guys. See you tomorrow.
Peace.
We OG, oh no OG. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nukies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.